If you've ever seen autographs done by famous athletes, oftentimes they'll put HOF after their name, meaning Hall of Fame players. Well, did you know the Bible has a Faith Hall of Fame? And that Faith Hall of Fame is found over in the book of Hebrews chapter 11, where it lists all kinds of giants in the faith. It lists people like Abraham and Sarah, Noah, Isaac, Moses, great men and women of faith who ran an amazing spiritual race. Now, the interesting part is chapter 11 leads right into an amazing statement in chapter 12. Right at the very beginning, it says, "Therefore we." Now, it changes from this hall of fame to you and I. And here's what it says. "Since we are surrounded by so great a cloud of witnesses, let us lay aside every weight and the sin that so easily ensnares us, and run with endurance the race that's set before us." Now, this is an amazing implication. The implication that Paul has in chapter 12, verse 1 of Hebrews, is the fact that we can look to this amazing faith hall of fame, and because we've had their example, you and I have the opportunity to be a part of that faith hall of fame. It's not that these people, these men and women, were such giants that we were somehow very different from them. In fact, Paul makes the comparison that you and I aren't so different from these people. We're very similar to these people. And because they lived a life of faith, Paul's saying you and I can live a similar life of faith. In fact, he tells us how that's possible. And he says that in verse 2. In verse 2, he tells us exactly where we need to find that faith. And here's what he says. "Look to Jesus, the author and finisher of our faith." And so you see, we can have a confidence. We can have an assurance that just like those men and women of faith in Hebrews 11, we too can be in the Faith Hall of Fame as long as we look to Jesus Christ and live His way and put on His mind. So take heart. That's BT Daily. We'll see you next time.